Anthony Richardson and how Anthony Richardson is, the camera's pointed at me. Oh, okay. At the South Bureau, things derail quickly. But we're going to talk about Anthony Richardson a little bit because I don't think Anthony Richardson, it's not a fait accompli, he's gone. It's not a fait accompli that somebody's going to pony up, even a sixth-round draft pick to come get Anthony Richardson. And if people are only going to give up a seventh, why in the world would the Indianapolis Colts let him go when he is a perfectly suitable backup quarterback who can win 1, 2, 3 games for you if or when Daniel Jones goes down? That's relatively simple to fit. That's simple math. For Chris Ballard, that's simple math. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about the Indiana Hoosiers. They've got a game on Sunday, 3:45 in the afternoon against Michigan State. We'll see if the Hoosiers can get back on the winning track against one of the best teams in the Big Ten, and maybe the team that's playing the best in the Big Ten right now. Tom Izzo's got them working at a very high level at the right time of year, which is what he generally does. We'll talk about that. This is Inside Indiana Sports now for Friday, February 27th, 2026. Brought to you by the great people at Today's Dentistry. Dr. Mike O'Neill, the best dentist that there is. There is no better than Dr. Mike O'Neill. And so give him a call at 317-849-2933. We're on a little bit late today because the flight, this is when we fly. It was too early to do a video, and nobody wants to hear me do this at the gate at Indianapolis International Airport, waiting for a Southwest flight that would take us to Florida. Nobody wants to hear that. And so we're doing this outside of a Bonefish Grill in beautiful Sarasota or Bradenton. I think this is Bradenton, and we're on our way to Anna Maria Island. Have a nice night. Evidently a lot of things going on, a lot of bands, pig roast of some kind, and of course there will be all the touristy trappings that you would expect in Anna Maria Island. Lovely place, lovely people, and we couldn't be happier than to be here. Become a member. Members, and I got to tell you what, maybe it's at 9 o'clock tomorrow, maybe it's not at 9 o'clock tomorrow. We're on South Bureau time, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. My availability is entirely driven by Julie and Julie's good friends Barton and Dawn. We'll see what we do there. But could be 9 o'clock. It's going to be raining tomorrow morning, so that would make 9 o'clock certainly doable as long as the festivities tonight don't run too late. So 9 o'clock tomorrow, coffee with Kent, God willing, and the creeks don't rise or the Gulf doesn't rise. Subscribe right away. Hit that join button. Smash the like button. And if you want to make a donation, no big whoop. But please include a comment or a question that elevates the level of discourse on this channel. All right, let's talk about Anthony Richardson. You know, we're all talking about Anthony Richardson being gone. Like it's already a done deal that he's on his way out. He ain't gone yet. Is he going to be gone? He may be gone eventually, but he's not gone yet. Anthony Richardson is still a member of the Indianapolis Colts, and until he's traded, he's still here. That may come to pass that he gets traded, but what if nobody wants Anthony Richardson? What if nobody wants to trade a draft pick and pick up $5.4 million of Anthony Richardson's money? What if that happens? That's a pretty good question. I wouldn't mind Anthony Richardson being around for another year. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Shane Steichen wants it to happen. I think they've moved on, and they're plenty comfortable with Riley Leonard as the backup quarterback. So we'll see. The combine continues. You know, I watched Fernando Mendoza talk today. Fernando Mendoza, as a representative of Indiana University, despite the fact that he was really at IU for about 8-9 months, he sings the gospel pretty damn well. He is really, really good as a spokesperson and a representative of what Kurt Cignetti's trying to build at IU. And so when he talks, I got to tell you, as an IU alum, and if you're an IU alum, you know this, you feel a good bit of pride in how Fernando Mendoza and the rest of the guys, whether it's Lewis Moore or Omar Cooper or, Aiden Fisher, any of the guys who are down there, what they're saying resonates, and it should, and it extols just through their words the virtues of what Indiana has become as a football school. So it's a reason for pride. But the combine going on, and you really wonder with the Colts drafting at 47, that's going to be their first pick unless they move up, which seems incredibly unlikely. Ballard the other day said it's unlikely that they move up, but it's possible. They're much more likely to move down, which I believe because, as we know, through 9 years and 9 drafts, Chris Ballard loves them picks. So we expect the Colts to either stand pat at 47 or move back a little bit, depending on where the shelf is. And usually right around 45, 44, 42. And you can see that in the Ballard drafts. When he drafts at in the top 45 in the second round, he does pretty well. Whether it was Darius Leonard or Braden Smith or Jonathan Taylor or Michael Pittman Jr., any of those guys, and we'll leave Rocky Sin out of it. We talked about him this morning in rather inglorious terms. But, and it is what it is with Rocky Sin. When he drafts in that area of the second round, good things happen. When he's later, and you got guys like Ben Banigou and Tyquan Lewis, although Tyquan Lewis not a bust, Paris Campbell, those guys, not so good. Alec Pierce, really good at 53, right? So sometimes maybe it can happen. But if the Colts traded back, didn't they, when they took Pierce in 22, was that 20, again, 22? They traded back and were still able to get Pierce. So maybe trading back's the thing to do. Although, what has Ballard done with fifth rounders? What of the fifth rounders give you any level of confidence that Chris Ballard knows what in the hell he's doing, right? The fifth rounders, Marvell Tell, need I say more? Need I tell any more tales about fifth rounders? I don't think so. Let's talk about Indiana basketball for a minute. They got Michigan State. Michigan State just beat Purdue by 2 at Mackey. They're playing really, really well, although here's the reason for hope. Michigan State was out-rebounded by 2 last night by Purdue. If Indiana can out-rebound Michigan State, they're going to beat Michigan State. But out-rebounding Michigan State is going to be a really, really difficult deal. That is going to be tough for Indiana to get done. But that is the thing that's going to determine whether Indiana wins or not. That's the thing that determined Indiana losing by 4 to Northwestern at Assembly Hall just the other night, Tuesday night. You got to sweep it. Joe Lunardi today, in his latest bracketology, says that Indiana, they're the last team in. They would play in Dayton in a play-in game. All right, so what's that mean? Does that mean that if Indiana loses to Michigan State, but they win against Minnesota at Assembly Hall, and then they win in Columbus, finishing 10-10 in the Big Ten, that they can get into the NCAA tournament? Maybe it does, at least according to Lunardi, who usually does a pretty good job of putting together his bracket. We shall see. Pacers, they don't play again till Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. They host Memphis, and we'll see what happens there. A loss, please, thank you. Lose, and then lose some more, because every loss brings the Pacers a little bit closer to being able to draft either A.J. DeBonsa or Cam Boozer, and that's where it's at. I'm going to get up. They evidently have a table over here, and so I'm going to get up and wander over there. The weather, it looks like it's going to rain, it's going to storm, and that's what it's going to be, but you know what? It doesn't rain in the bar. So we're going to have ourselves a time. I hope you do too.